what's up YouTube? Back at it with another video. I apologize, I've just been gone for the past week, but let's just get into the new analysis. So today I thought I'm gonna do something a little different. I wanna just analyze the Nas100 like in depth to understand like what's actually going on. You understand? Because I feel like analyzing pair to pair is better than just grouping them all together and just analyzing them one time. I just feel like it's more retention, and most people trade the Nas100 or US 30 or German 30. So I just feel like it's just for better content, and you know, I just feel like, so let's get into it, right? So let's start off on the daily chart, right? So on the daily chart, as we can see, it's been in an uptrend, right? So it's been in an uptrend for I don't know how many years, man. You understand? It's years. Cause look, all the way 2017, man. I don't even think I was trading back then. So it's been in an uptrend for the lowest. Of course, there are gonna be crazy retracements, and then it's gonna continue with the trend, right? So here we are selling right now, but one thing I do know is that long term we are still buying, right? Even though these are lower low, lower high, lower low, it goes back to the previous lower high to form a two trifecta in a in a downtrend. You know, it's a continuation pattern, goes down, goes back up, retests the broken support at this zone, and then retests it, goes back down. So I feel like even though we've created a, let me just zoom in so that everybody can see properly. Okay, let me just do this. I think I've zoomed out the most I can. Okay, I think this is alright. So even though it's created, let me just say because remember, to identify a trend, a change in the trend, we need a one, right? Lower low, one, you understand me? A lower high, a lower low, lower high. This is just a retest of this zone. You know, it's a double top retest. You know, this is a neckline. So this is just, I would say this is a retest of the neckline of the double top on the major time frame, right? So look at me getting lost. So another lower low, a lower high. You understand me? So remember, this is how you identify a trend in market. Because look at it. Like, am I really zoomed all the way out? This is impossible. And it is. Okay, whatever. Yeah, this is cool. Right? So if you really look at it, right, all you need in the market for let's just say the market is going in an uptrend. Boom, 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 right? It's in an uptrend, right? It gets here, it fails to break like a clean break here above the previous higher high, right? And then it just comes down like this, right? Okay, like, all right, you know, it could be a true trifecta in a trending market and continue to the upside, right? Okay, but it breaks lower, right? Breaks lower, comes back around the zone to retest the zone, right? So now what can we say this is? This is a lower high, because this is a lower low. Be like, hey, it looks like it's forming a lower high. Let's see what's up, because it's also retest. Sorry, and then it goes down. The market goes bearish, creates a new lower low, retraces back up because it's a new lower high. And then now what's gonna happen is gonna create a new lower low. Let me just do this. A new lower low. You understand? Fuck. I shouldn't have done it. But whatever. So as soon as it gets to this zone, right? So it retested the double top, right? As a reversal pattern. This is a reversal pattern. The double top is a reversal pattern, right? So it retested the double top, broke below, retested the double top, and then went bearish, right? So after going bearish, it created what? Another exhaustion in the market, aka a what is it? Retracement. Yeah, because this is why it's called a fib retracement. You understand me? Nah, I did it the wrong way around. Did it the long way around. So this is why it's called a fib retracement, because come on, delete. Sure. This is why it's called a fib retracement, because an exhaustion an exhaustion and a retracement is the same thing, because the market is trending bearish. It can't just go bearish forever. It has to exhaust and then go back down. You understand me? So it created a new lower high, right? Created a new lower high, and then around here I would sell, because usually this lower high would usually be an indication on the maybe a retest of this zone, or it would show on the fib retracement, like, okay, it's at the 618. You understand me? So it's at the 618 10618. So usually at the third, because remember, it's a break below first lower low, first lower high, third lower low. This is all you need. Fourth lower high. As soon as it's at the fourth lower high and you're seeing bearish momentum, like maybe you're seeing an engulfing candlestick or a double top or a head and shoulders, just any reversal pattern at this zone. But remember, you have to have what? Confluences to take the trade. Meaning, let me make an example with the actual market now. So I was just explaining what everything meant. Let me just make an example with the actual market right now. Right? Let me just delete this also. Sharp. So let me do this. Right? Yeah. So what is this, right? So we're in an uptrend, right? As everybody saw in the previous on the daily chart, we're on an uptrend, right? So what's this? It's a 1, 2, So this is what we call a higher high, right? But the higher high went down, right? So when it was here, I was like, okay, maybe it's just retesting the previous broken support zone, or resistance zone, turning it into support so it can just continue up. Went bullish, failed to break the zone, right? All right, so okay, sharp, this is a never look significant. This could be the neckline for the double bottom. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, all right, it's in December. I'm like, it's neckline for double bottom, nothing big. Comes back down, makes a double bottom. So right now here, what is everybody thinking? It's like, okay, sharp, this is a neckline. So let me do this. Right, this is the neckline. So if we do this, ultimately what the market has to do, let me just delete this, we'll get back to that. Ultimately what the market has to do, like, what people are predicting it to do per se. I don't like say predicting or has to, because the market doesn't have to do anything. You understand me, right? I think I pressed it too many times. Sorry. Right? Boom, boom, boom. That's what everybody's expecting, right? Including me. That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting it to continue up. I'm expecting a break of this neckline of the double bottom to the upside, come back to retest, which it did, but then it couldn't go back up. It couldn't break the previous higher high. So now you're like, okay, since it couldn't break the previous higher high, and if you look closely, it's creating if you look closely there, it's the same pattern as this, but on a smaller time frame. Let's just zoom in so I can show everybody. Why am I zooming out? You see, it's a 1, right? Look, 1, 2, failure to break. Let me just put the triangle, failure to break this zone in the market. So it's a one, right? It's a one leg, two leg, failure to break this, and then continuation down. Two try failure in the market. You understand me? So how we identify a two try failure is basically like this, or just like this. So it also happened on the larger time frame. Remember, everything that happens on the large time frame happens on small time frame. Everything that happens on the smaller time frame happens on the larger time frame. So it's like, it's like this if you really look at it. I call this a two try failure in the trending market. It tried twice. I'm sorry for explaining it bad here. It tried twice to break to the upside, but failed, and then continued to the downside. It's not a double bottom unless It's not a double bottom unless one, it has to be at a level of significance in the market, which this is, right, and it has to break out of the neckline. Two, out of the neckline of the double bottom, and then create a retest or an exhaustion, right? Let me make an example between a retest and an exhaustion, right? So retest is usually like, let me just do this, double bottom, fuck, sorry, I just did it wrong, right? This is a retest, right? Right, a retest. It broke the neckline. This is what you call the neckline of the double bottom, and came back to retest it, right? And there's another way in which it can happen, which is an exhaustion, right? This is if there's a lot of momentum in the market. This is another way where it could happen, right? Say it's a double bottom. Let me just go higher a little bit. I didn't really like where I did it. Say there's a double bottom, right? And there's a lot of momentum. It might come back like this and then continue to the upside. Let me do this so I can just move up a little bit. Yeah. Right. This is an exhaustion. It didn't come back for the retest, but then it made an exhaustion. It made a higher low, because it's a higher low. It created a new higher high. You understand me? A double bottom, right? So let me do this. Let me drag my fib, right? Understand, to identify an exhaustion and have a nice entry, right? This has to be, this exhaustion has to at least be on the 518. You understand me? Still not at the retest, but it has to be, for me to take a trade, it has to have a significant exhaustion so I can take the trade. Because remember, if it just shot out of the neckline without making a retest on the smaller time frames or anything, like it just literally shot out with bullish moves, bullish candles, right? I need a significant retracement for me to take the trade, and you have to build confidence with it. You can't just take the trade because it's at the 05 and the 618 level. It has to be at the 618 level. There has to be maybe a candle or a pattern confirmation, meaning there has to be at least an engulfing candle. You understand? This is what an engulfing candle looks like, right? Say these let's just say this is a red candlestick, right? This is the bearish candlestick. Let me do this. I don't know. Trend line. Yeah, let me do this. Right? This is let's just say this is a bearish candlestick, right? So bearish, you see red is bearish, and then let me do this. And this is a bullish candlestick. So this is what it's an engulfing, because it opened and closed way bigger than the last candlestick at a level of significance in the market, right? So this is what I would look for also, to be like, alright, it's enough confluence to take the trade. You understand? It's not like, okay, I see this something confluence. You understand me? So it's confluence that it's gonna move in the bullish direction. If you really search for the engulfing candle, you'll find it on the internet. It's literally free, it's like right there. And just search engulfing candlestick, you're gonna find it on the internet. So this is what I was expecting over here. Clearly it didn't happen, and this is what I was you understand me? Clearly it did not happen. So I was just giving an example of what it looks like if it were to break to the upside, right? So let's just go to the hourly. Now let me delete this. Go to the hourly chart. I think I'm zoomed in too much. Okay, no, it's too. I need some more knowledge, right? So since we've recognized the patterns, right? So it's failing again here, failing to make a new. Remember, this is a what? A double bottom, 1, 2, in a trending market. So I had to break out, break back in, and then continue up if it was changing the trend. Clearly it didn't. Created a double top at a level of significance, pulled down, right? Nut, straight nut. It didn't even pull down. I wouldn't say this is a pull down. This is a nut, man. I don't really know what's going on in the market. I need to read some news, understand why everything is just going haywire. You understand? But it like fell. What the fuck? Like, what is this? Like 1,000 pip? Oh my gosh, 11,000 pips. So it fell 11,000 pips. I don't know in how many days. I think it's a day or two. It's crazy move, right? A day or two. So I would say the next potential moves, right? Let's put this here, right, as a retest, since it already broke this zone, right? And let's go to the lower time frame to see how this zone is with the candlestick. I would, remember, in the market, wherever you put your support zone is where there's a lot of your support or resistance zone. It's where there's a lot of what you call interaction in the market. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't just put it down here where it's the only one, because this could be a slippage. But look at this. Touched it, went up. Touched it, broke, just wait back in. An hour or two later, broke back in. Touched it, couldn't break, went up. Couldn't break, went up. So this is the level of support, right, that it had over here, turned to resistance. So what should we wait for? I think we should wait for a retest around this zone, something like this. And you understand me? Just something to show that, okay, we are continuing back down. This is what I would personally wait for. You understand me? Or it could break back in. Breaking back into the zone looks up kind of like this. Retest and then continues making, to the high. Then now we would identify this as a range, because it's ranging in this price zone. You understand? But I doubt it would do that, because Nasdaq rarely ranges. It's always in the trending market. So it's either that, or I can't really pull my fib, because if I pull my fib is not gonna make sense here, because let's look at this, right? Let's say I pull my fib, break of the zone, didn't retest. Like, let's just say I pull my fib, because this is all one move, right? Pull my fib, 618. This is my golden zone. So this is where the golden zone of where I would sell if there was a fib be. You understand? So it really wouldn't make no sense. But for today, I would say just wait a couple of hours for it to go around in and around this zone. Or if it fails to break, this zone over here, because I see there's a lot of movement over here. If it fails to break that zone, let's go to the minute 30 and check out what's going on over there, right? Because ultimately, if it fails to break this zone, which has a lot of interaction, you know, because look, it failed, the weight rejections below it, or everything just failed to break and close above the zone, which means this is a level of significance in the market. You understand me? So if it fails to break this zone and has an engulfing candlestick or a double top pattern on the lower time frame, I would definitely take a sell. It would look something like this. Above the engulfing candle or whatever, and then you target the lows. I always target the bodies. I don't target the wicks. You understand? Because the wicks is where it failed to go and closed a little bit higher. So I always target the bodies of the candlesticks, which is here. You understand me? So you'd be looking at a nice 181 pip move. You know. So yeah, this is what I would be looking at. But at first, I need the market to touch here. You understand me? It's whether it's a crazy wick hammer candle or an engulfing or a double top, I need the market to touch here to show me that we are having bearish momentum. You understand me? Or it could just break above, but this is potentially what I'm looking at today. So that's it. I'm just gonna post this video right now, and yeah.